Hi dearies, welcome back to Sinfully Desilicious. After our journey to Spain to taste churros, now I'm going to take a trip to a deep southern state in Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli. Who said Tirunelveli is renowned for its halwa only? Another gem in its gastronomic crown is this dish. It justifies its existence fair and square. This dish is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free recipe. Are you excited to know the name of this recipe? Should I call it Sodi or Mapillai Sodi? This is a native delicacy of the Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu. What is Sodi? It's a creamy, smooth, subtle curry prepared with few selective veggies, solely cooked with coconut milk and moong dal. Though it sounds simple, its richness can be experienced only when you consume it. Its lusciousness is purely imparted by coconut milk. Why is it called Mapillai Sudi? Mapillai in Tamil means groom. This heavenly dish is prepared post-wedding to show their pride and honor. Apparently, declaring the number of coconuts used for preparing Mapillai Sudi to that community is a sign of pride or statement. Stating so much about the significance of coconut milk in this recipe, let's start the recipe with the preparation of coconut milk. Preparing coconut milk from fresh coconut is a laborious task, but it's worth the effort. Still, if you're reluctant to take the task, try with store-bought coconut powder, which gives you instant coconut milk or any coconut cream. This instant milk will help you to attain only 70% of the original taste and flavor. Here you must have noticed that I added ginger, green chili and cumin seeds to grated coconut, which enhances the flavor of coconut milk. It can be kept optional. If you're skipping them while grinding the coconut, then make sure you increase the ginger and green chili in the coarse paste which I'm preparing now. Add the cumin seeds in tempering if you're skipping them while grinding the grated coconut. Manipulate the number of green chilies and ginger according to your spice requirements. The rest of sodi preparation is so breezy, it can be prepared in a pinch. Just need veggies and dal to be set ready. Choice of veggies can vary from potatoes, carrots, beans, peas, drumsticks, even cauliflowers or brinjal. Similarly, the addition of shallots or small onion, garlic can be kept optional. I would like to add a trivia about the origin of this dish. There is a belief that it came from Sri Lanka. People who migrated from Sri Lanka and settled in Tirunelveli introduced this dish to the community. To some extent, I can relate this as I found Sri Lankan sodi similar to Tirunelveli sodi. The only difference is the addition of moong dal, which I see it as a thickening agent here. Also, they include tomatoes and rampe, which is a pandan leaves, and fewer vegetables. I feel that here in Tirunelveli, due to the unavailability of rampe, they replaced it with drumsticks for its resemblance in appearance. It's purely my observation, not trying to mess with the history. Here I used 2 cups of fresh grated coconut, which yielded me 1 cup of first milk, which is thick, 2 cups of second milk, which is thin, and 1 more cup of third milk, which is also thin. Here I combined second and third milk together and used it to cook the veggies here. Once the veggies are done well, you can check it by pressing a piece of potato with your hand. It should smash easily. Now bring the flame to medium and add mashed moong dal, salt, mix well, again close and cook for another 5 minutes. Also you can add half a cup of water if it has thickened too much to adjust the consistency. You must have noticed that initially I didn't add salt for veggies. Only after adding the moong dal I added the salt. Adding salt at the last stage is essential as it will ruin the coconut milk. Now completely lower the flame. Then add the first thick milk and do not let it boil. I am emphasizing again to make sure that your flame is completely low and let it simmer for 5 minutes only. After completely switching off the flame, let it cool for 5 minutes. Then add the lemon juice. This is to avoid curdling of the coconut milk due to the acidic nature of the lemon. Finally, add the tempering. Here I used coconut oil for my sudi at different stages including tempering because it adds immense flavor to sudi and amplifies the aroma and richness of coconut milk. You can replace it with ghee or other neutral vegetable oil. Traditionally, this sudi is served with ginger chutney or inji pachadi along with steamed rice. Now let's start the recipe of this chutney. The underlying reason to have this ginger chutney along with sodhi is that ginger aids digestion, as sodhi is too heavy to digest due to the richness of its coconut milk. This spicy chutney is named as Inji Tovel in the local community, where Inji in Tamil translates to ginger, while Tovel is a chutney kind of preparation that can be used as an accompaniment to tiffins or mixed with steamed rice. It's highly versatile. This recipe is fully packed with nutrients as it has whole black urid dal as another healthy inclusion. I have also used gingerly sesame oil which has more nutritional value. As a whole, this chutney is a powerhouse of nutrients. Ginger chutney can be prepared in various methods, especially every region has its own version. In Andhra, it's renamed to Allam chutney, which is a great combo for pesared dosa. Feeding ginger to kids will be a tougher task for its strong, pungent, spicy flavor. This chutney will be a bliss as kids may not feel the strong flavors in it as it will be mellowed down after cooking. Also, they'll get the nutrition directly as ginger is a key ingredient as the name suggests. Here I used old tamarind. Few people take tamarind pulp or juice, add it to the pan while tempering, then add the ground chutney and cook it along with the ground chutney till the raw smell of the tamarind juice goes off. As I mentioned earlier, I used old black urad dal as a healthy inclusion. You can still try with split urad dal or chana dal. Each dal has its own flavor. Feel free to increase or decrease the number of chilies while grinding, as the taste and heat of chilies vary from place to place. Finally, adding jaggery gives an extra kick to the chutney. Here I use gingerly or sesame oil in the complete preparation of this chutney, including the tempering, as it has more nutritional value. You can use any other oil, but gingerly oil nullifies the heat of ginger used here. After adding the mustard seeds, split urad dal and curry leaves, add the ground chutney along with little water. Stir in medium-low flame for a couple of minutes or till oil starts separating from the chutney. The spiciness from ginger, red chilies, tanginess from the tamarind, and sweetness from coconut and jaggery gives this chutney a profoundly complex flavor. You can serve this chutney with sodhi, steamed rice, or even idli dosas, rotis, and naans. Luscious, creamy, rich Tirunelveli sodhi is ready to serve with ginger chutney along with piping or steamed rice. Non-vegetarians have the sodhi with masi sambal, which is a pounded dry tuna fish. Also, sodhi can be served with appam, idiyappam, idli, dosa. It will be a match made in heaven. For more such interesting regional, Indian and international recipes, visit my website Sinfully Desilicious. When I discovered cooking, I discovered myself. So can you.